What's up, everybody? This is FPSticks bringing you another Ferocious Cup practice video against my friend Unassigned Seat, or Jesse is his name. You can see our teams up there on the screen. He's running a Piloswine, which I always find pretty interesting. I tried that Pokemon for a while. I just couldn't get it to work for me. He definitely has the lead in this first matchup. Umbreon is going to beat Bibarel. I let this foul play come in. Going straight for the Hyper Fang. Most people that run Umbreon don't like to shield it right away. So that does land, which is good for me. I know I'm still going to be able to survive this foul play, but I do end up using the shield right there because I just want to put on a little bit more shield pressure. I get to the Surf, which is really good. I'm hoping that he shields this. And he does, so we're even on shields, which is exactly what I wanted. Don't end up shielding this, and I believe I still end up surviving, yeah, with a sliver of health. So that was not ideal because he was able to get in another fast move and gain energy on me. I come in with Nidoqueen here, and I'm just going to straight fast move farm this Umbreon down. Nidoqueen is relatively bulky, so I don't shield that first foul play. Again, trying to, there we go, it faints before it gets to another charge move, which is really good. Earth Power is going to hit neutral or super effective damage to everything in the meta, which is great. So I just go straight for the Earth Power. Lanoon's Grass Knot is going to do a good amount of damage to Nidoqueen, so I do shield here. And it ends up being the Grass Knot. It also, the other move that Lanoon could be running is Dig, which would do even more damage to Nidoqueen. So, Granbull against Vaporeon. I do have the slight energy advantage, and so I believe I win out this matchup. These Aqua Tails do a good amount of damage to Granbull, and I stored 2 back-to-back. I ran with double water strat on this first game. I have finally decided to run Bibarel. That little beaver is making its grand appearance, which is cool. But I wanted to keep the Vaporeon in as well. So I'm rolling with this double water strat and kind of seeing how it's going to work out. And my Nidoqueen was able to take that match there because I had that Earth Power stored up. So I win the first game there, which is great. Going into the second one, I got Umbreon, Skuntank, and I believe that was Bibarel. Came by pretty fast. So Umbreon mirror match here. So I've been watching some videos on YouTube about the QSA, the Queued Sequence Attack. I think that's what it stands for. It's pretty much just the new version of piggybacking. So I'm trying to practice this as much as possible to gain an energy advantage in these Umbreon mirror matches. Sometimes it works out, but sometimes it ends up biting me in the butt because if they switch a Pokemon in and I've already QSA'd, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but my charge move like instantly goes through, which sometimes I don't want to have happen. So it is a good technique to use, QSA, but sometimes it can screw with you and you'll end up throwing a charge move that you didn't want to throw if they swap in a Pokemon. Or I could just be doing it wrong, but that's what keeps happening to me. This Umbreon mirror match is still going on. These are just the best things to watch. They take forever. Now, because I was able to QSA a couple of times within this matchup, I'm able to get to this last resort before he is. And so I end up winning that mirror match pretty significantly. So that was a huge advantage there. I win the lead. He brings in the Granbull. It's able to get in a little bit of energy. That's totally fine. Bring in my Skuntank, which is kind of a soft counter to Granbull, but still makes him have to switch out. There's the Piloswine, and thank goodness I got Bibarel in the back because this is an awesome matchup for me. This Piloswine is probably carrying Stone Edge. Yep, so I shield the first one. That would only do about like 60% damage to me, so I could have let it go through, but I had the shields, might as well use them. This Surf is going to do so much damage to the Piloswine, so he has to shield that. I believe I let this go through. Yes, it ends up being the Stone Edge, and you can see about 60% damage, so not too bad. It doesn't get stab, so it's not doing as much damage. There's that Grand Bull again, but I have enough energy to throw this Surf. I get the last shield, which is great. I know I still have Skunk Tank in the back, so this is pretty much a wrap, because this Sludge Bomb is going to one-shot this thing. Grand Bull is not super tanky, but does a little bit more damage with the charms, so kind of an interesting pick. You can see on his team down there, that's not his actual Grand Bull, the shiny one that's 1900 CP. That's just what I constructed based on what he said his team was. So those are actually my Pokemon. I don't have a Grand Bull under 1500 for this, so that's what we're rocking with. Horrible lead matchup for me. He brings in that Alolan Marowak, which counters my Alolan Ninetales, so I swap into Bibarel. I have a slight energy advantage on this Umbreon, so this isn't as bad of a matchup. I'm still going to end up losing this, but I go straight for the Hyper Fang again. Most people, when they have a healthy Umbreon, they don't like to use that shield right off the bat. So it lands, which is very good. He gets to this Foul Play right before I get to my Surf, but I know I'm still going to survive. So I just let that come through. There's that sliver of health again, and I get the Surf. Does he shield here? He does not. So this Umbreon is very low. But it was able to farm like 3 Snarls, which is really not good. Probably going to bring Alolan Ninetales in. Yep, just one tap it. It goes down. I know that Alolan Marowak is going to be coming back in, so I need to switch right away to Umbreon, which I do. There's Lanoon. So Umbreon beats Lanoon, and it beats Alolan Marowak. So at this point, I'm just like, all right, Umbreon, you're going to carry this entire match. I don't shield that first Grass Knot, but I do get my charge move off, so he's not able to get a fast move in between, throw the Foul Play. I have another Foul Play stored up, so putting a lot of pressure on this Lanoon. He's still got 2 shields, and hasn't used them yet, so I'm assuming... Okay, right here, I do finally use one of my shields because I know Umbreon is going to be my key to victory in this match. I get the Foul Play off before he's able to switch out. There's that shield. Farm it up just a little bit more. I believe it takes 6 Shadow Claws to get to Grass Knot, I'm pretty sure. So I've been trying to count while he's doing that. There's the Alolan Marowak again. But this Bone Club does hardly any damage. It's such a weak move, and it doesn't get stab. And I'm not worried of Shadow Ball either, because Umbreon's going to resist that. Foul Play does a huge chunk of damage. It's probably going to be another Bone Club. Just doing little pieces of damage. The Fire Spin that he has as his fast move is doing more damage than Hex would, so that is definitely the right choice there. And at this point, it is game over. So good game there. Umbreon was definitely the key to victory there. With Grand Bull out of the way, Umbreon kind of has a field day. So I'm running double water again in this line of 3, and I'm leading Alolan Ninetales. And I get an amazing lead, the Umbreon, which is exactly what I wanted. There's that Piloswine, which is what he is technically using as his anti-Charmer. Piloswine is kind of a soft counter to the Charmers. It does have that Stone Edge, which is going to do good damage to Alolan Ninetales. And the Avalanche hits Grand Bull really hard. But it's not as hard of a check to the Charmers, so I led Alolan Ninetales there. My Bibarel ends up taking out the Piloswine. We're still even shields. There's that Umbreon again. I was assuming he was just going to go for the Foul Play as quickly as possible, so I threw the Surf here, but I possibly could have Yeah, I could have farmed up to the Hyper Fang to do a little bit more damage. That's all right though. The barrel did its job. This beaver is proven out to be pretty nice. I'm liking using it. Obviously gonna come back into Alola Ninetales here. He's got to get out of there. I don't care what comes in. I'm switching into Vaporeon. This is kind of an easy, not easy, but it's kind of a, what am I trying to say? Even matchup. Yeah, even matchup. Both water types here. Farm up a bunch of energy. Throw in the Aqua Tail, and I'm able to almost get to my last resort. There it is, before he's able to get to a Hyper Fang. Putting the shield pressure on, he is out of shields. I let this Hyper Fang go through, and I have just a little bit of health trying to get to that Aqua Tail, but that is very bad. He was able to charge up energy, and I wasn't able to throw my fast move. But this is a wrap, because a relatively healthy Alolan Ninetales with a shield, and he's got Umbreon in the back. So this is looking really nice. Even if this is a last resort, totally fine. I survive it. Go straight for the Ice Beam. I don't want to mess around with him possibly getting to another last resort, and it takes it out. So very good match there. Kind of a risky, I don't know, double water strat can be kind of risky sometimes when you're running it in a line of 3. I've been liking pairing Alola Ninetales with it, because that way I'm able to take out that Umbreon, but because otherwise those two water types cannot handle Umbreon by themselves. So this is a horrible matchup for me. Got to get out of there, go straight into Skunk Tank. Again, kind of a soft counter to these Charm users. He brings an Umbreon, so I am going to end up losing this matchup, but Skunk Tank does a good amount of damage to Umbreon with these Sludge Bombs. Again, most Umbreon users, from what I've experienced, don't like to shield a very healthy Umbreon right off the bat. So I just go straight Sludge Bomb. No point in trying to shield bait. Get to a second Sludge Bomb, which is awesome. And he lets that go through as well. So good thing he threw a charge move here, because if he tried to farm me down, that would not have worked out. I would have been able to farm him down with Poison Jabs before he can get me with the Snarls. I know he still has that Granbull, so I come in Umbreon because I do not want to be locked in with that Granbull. I'm going to take whatever this is. Ends up being foul play, so I did not take the shield bait there. No sense in shielding when my Umbreon is this healthy. I have farmed up so much energy at this point. I'm trying to just fast move him down, and I'm able to do it, which is good, but that took forever. I've got a lot of energy now. I'm assuming that Granbull is going to be coming back in. So we go for the foul play because he's got shield. So I'm trying to burn that, which I do get it. Awesome. Swap into my Barrel, which is chunking away at this Granbull, but these Charms hurt really bad too. Put more shield pressure on with this Surf. Both shields are down. I still have an Umbreon with energy and with 2 shields. So I'm feeling all right about this. He's got no shields. I go straight for the Hyper Fang because I know I'm able to get to it. At this point, he farms me down, which is very smart, but I go straight for the foul play. I believe I got the CMP advantage there, and he's not able to throw any of that energy that he charged up. So very unfortunate. Granbull comes back in. I shield this. This could be a close combat, which could like one-shot me. Yeah, thank goodness I shielded that. And I could have gone for the foul play there, and it still would have KO'd, but no messing around. Straight for the last resort. And I take that match. So good game there. This cup is still messing with my mind. I cannot decide on a team of 6. But I'm rolling with double water for now. So, Alola Ninetales, Skunk Tank, and Umbreon for this next match. See how it turns out. So, this is kind of an even matchup. as are a lot of matchups in this cup. This is the soft counter cup. That's what they should have called this. So he charged up a lot of energy. No matter what this is, I'm going to shield this. He goes for dig, which I think Grass Knot is the more energy efficient move in this matchup. At this point, I feel like this was a mistake. I should have just committed to farming down this Lanoon, because I don't even get the shield, and now I don't have a lot of energy, and I'm down a shield. So I don't think I played that matchup correctly. In comes Granbull. I had to kind of think for a second what I was going to switch into, but I bring in the Skunk Tank, which is great. And here I do commit to farming that thing down, which was correct. I have enough energy. I should be able to get to 2 Sludge Bombs here. Again, he doesn't shield on the first Sludge Bomb, which is awesome for me. Get to the second one here. Does the shield come out? No. This Umbreon is getting low. It just ate 2 Sludge Bombs. Last resort, it's going to take out my Skunk. He probably wanted it to be low so my Alolan Ninetales could not farm as much. But I ended up taking that one and he had 2 shields left in the back. So good game there. I believe we got one more match. I go double water strat again, but I don't have Alolan Ninetales in the lead spot. And I think this is what really kills it for me. Because now I want to get my Alolan Ninetales on this freaking Umbreon. But if I switch it in, I'm going to be switch locked. So I'm trying to make like fast switches into my Alolan Ninetales. I tried this twice, failed twice. Ugh, so I eat 2 foul plays, and now I switch into my Alolan Ninetales. Just stupid move. I didn't catch any of the foul plays. There's his Alolan Marowak. So he's actually using this as the anti-charmer as well. So he's got this as kind of the hard check anti-charmer, and then he's got the Piloswine as kind of a soft counter to the anti-charmer. But these Psyshocks are not going to be resisted neutral damage, and it kind of adds up. I feel like with this matchup, if you are the Alolan Marowak, you just gotta kind of commit to farming down with the Fire Spin. So I got my 2 water types here. I bring in Vaporeon. My Bibarel has like no health and a lot of energy. I shielded the Bone Club there. Feels bad. Thought it was going to be a Shadow Ball. Making a lot of mistakes here. Not looking good. There's Granbull. He's got 2 shields though, so this is just really going to chunk away. And at this point, I already kind of knew that the match was over. Even though my Bibarel's got probably 2 Surfs stored away, not gonna be good. So both of his shields are down on that Granbull, but he charms me to death. Oh my goodness, I have to use my shield here. It's my last Pokemon, the little beaver. I get the shield, gotta go for the Surf. I cannot take another charm. And he has still got that Umbreon, but it's at half health. He gets to the foul play before me. Even if I were to land a Hyper Fang, that wouldn't have taken it out. So good games there. Still trying to practice a lot for this cup and get used to what's going on. I have a huge tournament coming up on Sunday. Super excited and nervous for that, so trying to practice as much as possible. Thank you all for watching. Good games, Jesse. And I will see you all in the next video.